Michaels, Maryland, one of the most beautiful spots in all of America. This episode of The Traveling Golfer, we will visit the Inn at Perry Cabin and the brand new Links at Perry Cabin. You can visit these spots either by land or, very obviously, by sea. The Miles River comes into St. Michael's and leads out to the Chesapeake Bay, where the traveling golfer spent a lot of years as the sailing golfer. We know these waters very well. Now we're going to learn a little bit more about the land that Pete Dye used to build the Links at Perry Cabin. Ahoy mates, stay with us on the newest episode of The Traveling Golfer from St. Michael's, Maryland, and the new Links at Perry Cabin.
One moment changes everything. Distance, precision, decided in a microsecond. So reduce your ball spin and get the most performance at impact with 4 yards more. A next-gen golf tee proven by pros and players like you. The unique durable design flexes at contact, reducing ball spin, giving you tighter control and more distance. So change your game and get 4 yards more. Brought to you by Greenkeepers. Golf smart.
John Milnarski, Director of Golf at the Links at Perry Cabin. Dream job of a career, I guess, John.
Absolutely it is. What more could you want in golf?
Yeah. You have been with this project from the days when the first shovel went in the ground. That's got to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it is. To see the transformation of when the golf course was flat, to have all these unique things that Pete Dye puts on the golf course. As I talked to PB Dye, he had told me the only thing around here that is the same now is the dirt.
That's an amazing statement. It really is. And Pete Dye designs, of course, have many tricks, many different features, and of course, this famous thing, he doesn't like to talk about it that much, but the railroad ties, and they're very evident on the course.
Oh, absolutely. What it does to the 17th hole, the natural beauty, having the railroad ties combined with the grass filled in between. I mean, it's special. It's something you don't see anywhere in this part of the country.
Little stripes of color.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look familiar? The 17th at the Links at Perry Cabin, an exact replica of the 17th at TPC Sawgrass, home of the Players Championship. The only thing I'm missing here is the crowd roar. That's our Director of Golf showing me the way. That one really did deserve a crowd roar. Number 6, the only par 5 on the front 9.
Yes, it is, but it's a devilish hole. This hole has 12 bunkers out there. It's named Sahara, and you can understand why. And it will challenge golfers of all levels.
So par 35 on the front 9, I'm sure he makes up on the back 9.
He sure does. 10, 12, 14 on the back 9 are par 5s, and you go out in 35, you come back in 37 for 72.
I'm sure you have another favorite hole on the course.
My actual favorite is number 7. It's a 250-yard par 3 over a 200-yard pond with a Barrett's green.
Oh!
That is 75 yards long, 25 yards wide, and has a 5-foot swale in the center of it. It is outstanding.
That is something there are very few of them in the world, but when you do see them, you'll never forget them. Number 7 has a 5-foot drop from the shelf at the back of the green and a similar shelf on the front of the green. The trick is to try and find the hole in the middle. John Milnarski did his best, but it's not easy. And one more trick shot from the 7th green. Let's talk a little bit about this one special stretch. So many special holes out here, but 16, 17, 18 are so special you gave it a name.
They have, yes. It's called the Goodnight Kiss. It's 16, 17, and 18. The idea behind it is Pete Dye says that the last 3 holes of a golf round are very memorable, and he relates it to the kiss on your first date, which is kind of interesting. Very, very memorable, something you'll never forget. And then when you go through these holes, you see that they're unique in so many different ways, but yet are so challenging in other ways.
But not so challenging that the kiss turns into a kiss of death, is it?
Well, it could be, but no. They're great. They're great holes, and they'll be so much fun to play, and you will never forget about them after you leave.
Well, after we've teased you so much with this magnificent Pete Dye golf course, I'm sure you're sitting there saying, how do I get to play it? The key, right here. Ty Kraus, Membership Director at the Links at Perry Cabin. Tell these people how they can get on this golf course.
Great question. Well, obviously our preference would be to have everyone as our private club member. But if membership isn't in your future, we do have limited resort play. You do have to be a guest either of the Inn at Perry Cabin or our new Lodge at Perry Cabin in order to play the golf course.
That gets them entree. That's an amazing way to do it. And maybe they give it a try and then become a member.
That's certainly our hope. Again, we're thrilled with how quickly our private club membership has grown. And we feel like every guest that comes through the door is a prospective member.
So 2 different types of accommodations. The Inn at Perry Cabin, a very special boutique hotel with all of the amenities, but the Lodge is golf-centric.
Very much so. We wanted to create a very golf-specific atmosphere, so the majority of folks that are in town for the golf course will likely stay at the Lodge, and that will also house our new restaurant concept, as well as men's and women's locker room and a new fitness space for our members.
Introducing the Exotics CBX Hybrid. The CBX is crafted with technology that pushes the boundaries of low-spin distance technology, combined with tour-inspired feel and workability. A lightweight beta titanium face is combo brazed to a heavier hypersteel body for exceptional distance gains. The beta titanium faceplate incorporates variable face thickness technology, allowing for thin and thick compartments strategically positioned for optimal forgiveness and power, even on off-center hits. A newly engineered speed ramp sole minimizes turf interaction for maximum speed and stability at impact. This combination generates maximum club head speed and ball speed for huge distance gains. A carbon composite section in the sole allows for perfect weight distribution and center of gravity position. The result is a spin-killing, exceptionally versatile hybrid, capable of delivering tour-level distance and performance. To learn more about the Exotic CBX Hybrid or find a dealer near you, visit touredge.com.
Michael Hoffman, General Manager, the Inn at Perry Cabin, and my personal tour guide around this amazing town of St. Michael's.
Well, thank you. Welcome. It's great to have you with us.
St. Michael's is a captivating town. I've known it for years. For those who don't know it, it's a mix of charm and history.
You know, this was the town that fooled the British. And what I mean by that was, during the War of 1812, the townspeople of St. Michael's heard that the British were going to attack at night. And they took lanterns and hung them in the trees throughout the town, so that when the British gauged the distance to the town, their cannons overshot the city. And there was one house that was damaged, and it's called the Cannonball House, because it got a full hit, but the rest of the city went untarnished.
It is a small town, population only 800,
That's true.
but I think there's 800 shops and restaurants in the town. It's amazing how much there is to do here.
There's a lot to do, and I think that just shows you what the town's all about, what really is happening here. There's a lot of opportunity to go and explore. There's a lot of historical buildings, and there's a lot that's going on with what's happening in the Chesapeake Bay area. A lot with the Waterman, the Maritime Museum. There's the Phillips Wharf Environmental Center. These are all excursions that you can take to enhance the experience while you're here.
Now, of course, if they wanted to get away from it all, they could come to the Inn at Perry Cabin and never even leave the property, because it is a total experience right here along with the golf course.
Well, we try to create an oasis for people to come to. It is a full service and a full complement of experiences that you can have right here on property. So there is really no reason to leave. And obviously, adding the golf course now gives us just an extension of that offering. So really starting to cover a whole new additional component with golf. And the golf is really going to be world class.
So if somebody wants to come and just relax, of course, the back lawn overlooking the Miles River leading out to Chesapeake Bay is spot number one. But maybe indoors, they might want to move to the spa.
The spa obviously is always a good place to start or end your day, depending on what kind of a regimen you've got. Great fitness facility, and then obviously an array of spa services, all tied in with the botanical component that we have growing here. I'm sure you saw the agricultural or the farming component that we've now introduced, which allows us to bring to life farm to table. And just as much as we're doing that for the culinary program, the spa program basically has a cutting garden, it's got a herb garden, where we bring those ingredients that are used in some of the treatments to life during the treatment itself.
We're in what they call the morning room at the Inn at Perry Cabin, but there's no morning taking place here. It is one of the happiest places you could ever visit. Part of the reason, Samir Deer, he is the Director of Food and Beverage. The culinary experience at the Inn at Perry Cabin is a big part of what brings people here. I congratulate you.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure since the time I've been here, and there are a lot of great, amazing things coming in the near future.
We hear a lot about farm to table.
Yes.
I think you almost carry it to the extreme here, because it starts with your very own garden.
Yes, I mean, Val, the farmer, as we call him, we've got our own farmer on premise, and he's done a phenomenal job with microgreens, radishes, and so on coming, and of course incorporating that whole aspect in our menu, and I think the showcase will be Thanksgiving meal.
When you look at the menu, you see a lot of organic items, many things that you get from the local farms.
Yes, I mean, from a 150-mile radius, we source everything in, so we call it, keeping the locals happy as well. And that's the intent, and tying into the farm-to-table concept as well. And Chef Ken does a phenomenal job outsourcing from, the local farmers and boutique nurseries to get all the product in. And I think he's done a phenomenal job so far.
Well, we've had an opportunity to sample some of the cuisine here, but why don't you tell us some of the specialties that you might find at the Inn at Perry Cabin?
I mean, you're in Maryland and you're right by the water at the Chesapeake Bay. The Maryland crab cakes, that's a specialty here. We do them for dinner, and then we've got a crab cake sandwich. We actually just are in the process of making a crab roll, which is going to be one of our signature dishes for the golf and links.
And there's even two little separate venues for dining?
Oh, definitely. I mean, especially in season, outdoor dining, which is the terrace as we call it, and then the indoor space, which is the Stars Restaurant.
Stars Restaurant is complete with the theme that you see throughout the Inn at Perry Cabin, a lot of history.
Oh, definitely. Even the division of the rooms with one with a fireplace. So during the winter and the fall times, the fireside is more popular, lit up fireplace, and then of course the water views on the other side, which is more popular, during the summer and season.
It's all about views at the Inn at Perry Cabin, even when you're dining. And I have to say, it's a toss-up, whether it's a feast for the eyes or for the palate.
Well, that's why we're here, to just give our best, with the views and with the cuisine. And I think they go hand in hand. Enjoy the beautiful view and have a phenomenal dinner or lunch or breakfast for that matter.
Of course, I always like to wet my whistle before dinner. Purser's Pub is a great after golf spot or before dinner.
Oh, definitely. And again, we sort of reconceptualized it with small plates. Very English pub. We are getting into launching a cigar bar, so in the courtyard right next to it. So again, best of both worlds, outside and inside.
Sunset is a special time on the lawn at the Links at Perry Cabin. Bring out a cocktail, a glass of wine, maybe a good book. Even the wildlife comes out during sunset times to watch the colors change on this amazing landscape. And then once the sun finally goes down, the mood continues thanks to a little bit of fire. We talked about what a great place this is to relax. Not a bad place to do a little bit of work either.
It's a great place to do some work. We have a variety of meeting rooms that can accommodate, obviously, easily. We do weddings up to 200. But it's a great place to come because people get away from the grind. They disconnect. They actually focus on the content of the meeting, and they get a lot of work done. And because it's private, you can have a high-profile meeting here. We do quite a bit of government meetings where people just want to be on their own and be able to exchange ideas and views without the whole press around it.
And the final experience, let's face it, St. Michael's is a boating community. If your guests want, you can get them out on a variety of boats that you have right here in the harbor.
So we've got the Perry Inn Sailing Academy, which offers you 4 ocean-going racing yachts. You can take them for a leisurely cruise. You can go for a sunset sail in the evening. If you just want to go out on your own, you can take a captain and just go for a cruise in the river in the afternoon, have a lovely cocktail experience. But then we also have a couple of motorboats. We have a French canal cruiser, which takes up to 10 people out on the river, and just for a leisurely afternoon cruise or for a sunset cruise, a great experience. And then we have our 55-foot Hinckley 5-star, which will get you to Annapolis in 49 minutes. So you don't have to go over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. We call it Skip the Bridge because on the weekends that traffic does get a little congested. So you park your car in Annapolis, we pick you up at Pier 7 and bring you straight across to the inn. You go directly to your room, passing by front desk and all that.
So that is really a total experience. The way to experience the Inn at Perry Cabin and the Links at Perry Cabin. Right, thanks, John. You're welcome. Well, that just about does it for another episode of The Traveling Golfer. About ready to become a traveling sailor. I want to say thanks to everybody at the Inn at Perry Cabin, the Links at Perry Cabin, for all the hospitality. Folks, if you're planning a trip to St. Michael's, which I highly recommend, the Inn at Perry Cabin, the Links at Perry Cabin is an absolute must. weekend experience. Ready to take off now. We hope to see you on another episode of The Traveling Golfer somewhere down the golf trail.
Tony Leodora's golf wardrobe, courtesy of Antigua, the leader in modern golf apparel.
Tour Edge is the official equipment sponsor of The Traveling Golfer.